Track and Field. A report established by Group 1 of E11I of Rizal University. We will be discussing relevant topics related to our chosen sport, including a brief history of track and field, facilities of track and field, equipments of the sport, rules of the three components of track and field, and health benefits of the sport.
Brief history of track and field. Track and field originate from the ancient Olympics, and these Olympics took place in Greece. Track and field are believed to have been played for the first time in 776 BC. It was created alongside religious events and celebrations for the Greek gods where men could show off their athletic abilities. Track and field include athletic contests based on running, jumping, and throwing skills. Its name was derived from where the sport takes place, a running track and a grass field for jumping and throwing. Track and field has been a part of history since ancient times, and it will continue to be part of it for many years to come.
The history of track and field. The track and field unit incorporates competition on an individual and team basis. Track and field is one of the world's oldest sporting activities. The events are depicted in ancient Egyptian art. The first organized track and field meet was in 776 before Christ. These were called the Olympic Games. At that time, the Olympics consisted of the pentathlon which included discus, the javelin, foot racing, long jumping, and wrestling. The first modern track and field meet occurred in 1837 at Eton College in England. Today, the Olympics consist of a multitude of sports, of which track and field remains the centerpiece. There are numerous events in track and field. In our unit, we will cover sprint, distance, shot put, long jump, triple jump, and relays. The stage was the only event that was run at that time. This was a 200-yard race run in a small stadium which consisted of a packed air track. The marathon. It is the modern event that was first introduced in the modern Olympic Games of 1896 in Athens. Modern age. Track and field has a long storied history. It did not gain great popularity and take off until the 1860s. In 1866, England held its first championships for women amateurs.
Track and field. What are the rules of track and field? First, athlete attire. In all events, competitors must wear athletic clothing, including an athletic shirts, shorts or sweatpants, and athletic shoes. No hats or head coverings may be worn during competitions. Athletes may compete in shoes with spikes provided the host facility allows spikes. Check with competition organizing committee on the maximum length of spikes allowed. Track and field consists of three categories. We have throwing, jumping, and running. Throwing. The discus, shot put, and the hammer are thrown from the circle, and the javelin is thrown from the runway. During the act of throwing, if the competing athletes step out of the runway or throwing circle, that throw will be regarded as failed attempt. Jumping rules. In order to legally and safe participate in long jump, an athlete must be able to jump at least 1 meter, which is the maximum distance between the takeoff board and the sand pit. A jump is measured in meters from the front of the toe board, end of the board nearest the pit, to the closest impression in the sand made by any part of the body, including arms or hands. High jumps. When athletes partakes in the high jumps, they must take off with 1 foot. A failed attempt of high jumps take place when they touches the crossbar and does not remain on the supports. Running consists of 4 categories. We have distance running, middle distance running, sprint and hurdle, and race walking.
We'll now be discussing the equipments in track and fields. Different track and field events require different types of equipments, from shoes and clothing to hurdles, discus units, and other items used in competition. This equipment we use here are worn and activity-specific equipments. First is worn equipment. This is the most common thing and significant thing an athlete would have. In track and field events, the worn equipments are track and field spikes, running jerseys and shorts, but specifically lightweight shorts and sleeveless jerseys, and other track suits for track event. The second is the activity specific for track events and field events. For track events, the equipment used is starting blocks, hurdles, banana steps, batons, lap counters, and the finish line. This equipment is significant for track events because it provides precise results and makes the track event successful. For the field events, equipment used is discus carts, hammer and weight, throwers, jump boards, and javelins. The equipments that I have said are perfect for different field events, for we can really see the strength of an athlete.
I am Alyssa Nicole Rotoni, and for today we will gonna talk about the facility of track and field. The staging of competitions at higher levels normally entails more extensive requirements for the sports facility, particularly in respect of the infrastructure. In general, sports facilities for track and field athletics are generally used for daily training as well as for staging regional or local competition. There are three parts of track and field, which are the track events, field events, and the combined track and field events. The first one is the track events. Track events are running from events that range from the short distance sprints to middle distance runs of a mile or so to long distance runs, while the field events include the strength events such as the shot put and discus, and the throwing events such as the javelin and hammer. For the last event is the combined track and field events. Combined track and field events are the competitions in which athletes participate in a number of track and field events, earning points for their performance in each event, which adds to a total point score. Outdoors, the most common combined events are the men's decathlon and the women's heptathlon.
I am Reyes, introducing you to the health benefits of track and field. Track and field is currently one of the most anticipated and famous sports around the world. By that, it also comes with such benefits to the athletes itself. The present youth's minds are very vulnerable to such stress, so having a sport that could help balance the stress that oneself is experiencing could impact into a positive outcome. The positive impression the guys make at other schools could be due to track practice and competition. Rigorous exercise can create better brain activity by generating new nerve cells and blood vessels. A famous coach once said that track is therapeutic for the guys. It keeps them moving, gives them goals, and develops mental toughness. This fortitude is most visible when a guy signs up and discovers he's in for more than what he bargained for. We are happy when they persevere until the end of the season. The guys are frequently surprised when they uncover a specific talent that they didn't know they have. At least, the absolute least, they demonstrate to themselves that they can stick to a goal until it is finished. The athletes benefits in different health aspects such as maintaining a healthy body weight, improved ability to cope with anxiety, creating healthy habits for later in life, better sleep patterns, strengthen of balance, better decision making, better ability to multitask, increased capacity for learning, enhance mental performance, increase memory, able to pay attention longer, increase creativity, decrease distraction, learning how to work well with others, working towards a goal, balance mood and behavior, improved motivation, increased ability to withstand stress and frustration, increased coping skills when presented with a new situation, lower risk for depression, increase self-discipline and self-esteem, increase self-confidence, and inspire others to live healthier lives. That's it. Give a round of applause to the members of Group 1 of E11I. Christine Joy Ramos, reporter of Brief History of Track and Field Part 1. Chelsey Mae Mira, reporter of Brief History of Track and Field Part 2. Aljon Sabellina, reporter of Rules of the Game. Gwyneth Vedrero, reporter of the Equipment of the Game. Alyssa Nicole Rotoni, reporter of the Facilities of Track and Field. And Reyes, reporter of Health Benefits of the Game and the editor. Thank you and have a nice day.